of my mentors was saying something similar where like this event I was doing didn't really go great and I was really bummed out. And he's like, well, like if your whole identity is wrapped up in if that one event was a success or not, he's like, maybe that event was a failure, but you're not a failure. And I was like, you know what? I probably do too much of like wrapping my identity and my self-worth into all these tasks. But dude, you seem so comfortable in your skin and you've done so many different things from being like a hip hop guy to a coder, to a waiter, to a venture capitalist. And so when you fail, it doesn't seem like you're putting it on you of I'm a failure. It's just that this was something that's helping shape me. And I think, you know, we know so many fighters, so many of the same people, and somebody gets cut from the UFC and they go, who am I anymore? Like, I don't have this sense of identity. So for you, for a guy who's touched on all these different things, like, who do you identify with? How do you take the personalization out of all these things that you're doing and not really have it be such a reflection on your ego or your self-esteem if it doesn't go as planned?
I was having this conversation with my oldest son, and he rightfully got from his dad this like ridiculous ambition, you know, to be successful and to do these things. And but he also now has a lot on his plate, and he's starting to feel the pressure of what it's like when you have a lot on your plate, right? And you know, we had this conversation, and what I said to him is really sort of the same thing that I'll say to you is, if you're lucky enough to have family, that's the identity you anchor in, you know. So I anchor in myself first and foremost, right? I anchor in my relationship with myself, but then directly after that, it's my bonds with my family, right? So, you know, I'm a son to my parents, I'm a brother to my siblings, and I'm a father to my children, and I'm a husband to my wife. Like, so that those are the identities that I really, really, really care about. And those identities do not depend on achievement, you know, like I don't have to do anything to be that, you know what I mean? And sure, it's great if I'm doing well, like those people will celebrate me, but sometime I'm going to need to be picked up, and those are the people who are going to pick me up, right? And so that's the identity that I think more people should be anchoring in. And these other things that you do, they're like, it's like a tour of duty, you know what I mean? It's you know, you're going to put that identity on, and then you're going to take it off. I was listening to D.L. Hewley talking about Eddie Murphy, and he was talking about like stand up, and he was like, Eddie Murphy is an actor, a producer, but he's not really a comedian anymore because he doesn't do what Brian Callen does. He doesn't like go on the road and do these shows, you know. And it's like, if he tried to like do that today, he'd get his ass handed to him by like somebody who does it every day, right? It's really hard to maintain an identity attached to what you do without that being the only thing you do, you know. And for me, I think mastery is such an important thing, but at the same time, I have many interests. And I have this one life, you know, and if I don't carve up this one life in pursuit of different interests, I would feel disappointed in myself. So I don't overinvest in any identity that is a doing identity. You know what I mean? That's just what I'm doing at the time. But you know, like I told you before we started this show, I mean, because of the things I've been doing in the context of my family, really like becoming the patriarch of my family in a way that was not true before. You know, stepping into a CEO role at the company that I co-founded. And now, you know, it's expanding into, I always wanted to have a more global presence. And I never got to study abroad in college because I was too much of a dumbass, you know, but like now I've got the opportunity to do that. Those things take time. There's only so many minutes and hours in a day, and those things take time. And I've had to relinquish other parts of my identity in order to gain these new things that I love, you know? And so, I'm really happy that I won 3 Masters Worlds. But you know, if I went to the Chicago Open today, I'd get crushed because I ain't training like that, man. You know what I mean? Like, and it doesn't mean I don't want to get back to it. It doesn't mean I don't miss it. Because I do. I miss it so bad. But we make choices. There's trade-offs.